whatever. Oh.
And we're on. This is Civil Discourse Now. I'm Mark Small. December 30th, 2024. And Cassie Jackson is here. Cassie, how are you?
I'm good. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. So, Elon Musk apparently purchased the office of the president. I mean, I think he got the impression that he had purchased it.
Oh my goodness, he's absolutely the president. These memes going around are everything of I saw one the other day with him escorting Donald, and Donald had on like a full ball gown, and he was in Elon was in a tux.
Well, a couple of things, it's difficult to tell anymore what's absurd comedy from what's reality. But one meme had him telling somebody who had questioned his authority, you don't know the wrath you've incurred, or something like that, which
Yeah,
it's
that
tough
was
to
an
tell
actual
what.
direct quote from, I think, from Elon. Yeah. So
Yeah, and so
yeah, go ahead.
go ahead.
I was just going to say, basically, what the feud is at the moment is that Elon and Vivek, but Elon's had a lot of nasty stuff to say. They want to bring over people and give them visas, right, to work in these companies. And that's because you can get these visas with like extraordinary talent. But all of MAGA is very upset because they are like, that's not what we campaigned on. We don't want more people here. We should have these as American jobs. And so then what Mr. Musk came out and said was that you are too stupid. We can't have Americans. And if you don't agree with me, you can go F your face. So just really lovely language by him, showing all of his maturity and how much he absolutely deserves to be in a high position within our government.
Well, and also when you consider that part of the reason that our system has dumbed people down so much and given Trump so many more voters, that he still lost, but it's like he had more in losing, was because they've been dumbing down our educational system. The Republican Party has
Yeah,
since January 20th, 1981.
but that's true. That's true. But I would definitely push back on the idea that, like, well, I mean, MAGA, yeah, are not going to fill those roles. But I think that that argument too is not, I think there's definitely and more than enough talent. I think what they want is these people when they, when you have Americans working in these jobs, then Americans can leave those jobs to go to different jobs, better jobs, they can get recruited, etc. But if you come on a visa, you're there only if you can work, so it's a form of like enslaving people as well. I think the argument that they're making is gross, that it's a talent thing, and I'm not saying that there may not be some distinction. I'm just saying that I do think there's something behind it as well that's just as evil.
Yeah, there are a couple of commentators who said they had familiarity with people who come over here on such visas, who once they get here, they don't have a lot of latitude on things. And
No.
that's what people have been fed a line of the last 40 years or so, is that, well, people just expect to sit there and draw their wages. I shouldn't have to do that. Only they're making minimum wage or barely over
Yeah,
that.
that's another thing. They cannot have to pay them, as fairly, I guess. I don't know. But that's why he wants them for those companies. That's also why people like Marjorie Taylor Greene is coming out agreeing with Elon, because she also in her businesses, I guess, had a lot of people that she um that were here doing that kind of, or on visa work rather.
Yeah, but also it's an irony because she's one of the people who'd be too stupid to do one of the jobs that they're bringing people over
Yeah,
for.
yeah, for sure. It's just, so that gets to what we were talking, you and I were talking about, Mark, which is this split in the MAGA, in the Trump voters, right? Between his base, who's like freaking out, and Elon, and it's become a race thing, like with Vivek and Elon. I think Elon's Ukrainian, Vivek's an Indian man, and so MAGA's just getting all kinds of nasty racist. Elon Musk is the most foul and immature, emotionally immature, psychologically immature, obvious, gross human.
Yeah, that's when I was reading about him, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. I just first heard of him. I'm thinking, well, this guy's kind of upbeat. He's doing all these different really kind of cool things, and I'm reading fully what he was responsible for doing, and he really didn't come up with those offbeat,
Mm-mm.
really cool ideas.
No.
He was wealthy and was
And
able to
acquire
purchase
them. Yeah.
institutions. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was born and raised in South Africa when they still had
Oh, South
apartheid.
Africa. Sorry, I thought it was Ukraine.
No, no, he's from South Africa, and so that's where he was being raised in a society that exercised blatant
Racism, right?
systemic
Mm-hmm.
racism.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's kind of an interesting aspect of having somebody think that they purchased. We don't let people purchase the office of president of the United States
Oh, and
unless they're
he
there.
did. And he
Oh,
did.
yeah, and that's really
I
it's
mean, he
depressing.
doubled his wealth right after the election. That's number one. And now, he's pressuring, I think he's pressured people over this that we talked about previously, the Executive Order 13848, saying that, if Republicans do, or maybe it was something else, he was saying like to Republican congressmen or whatever, or in the Senate, maybe, uh, that if they don't get in line, like he's going to just basically destroy them.
And that's something that,
That's illegal to do.
yeah, but also he's when he took over Tesla, he fired all the people that had been in there that even thought about speaking up against him.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and that's not really a good thing. You don't,
Mm.
and that's something that happened right before World War II. Joseph Stalin did a purge of the military and executed a lot of the generals that none of them had really risen against him, but he didn't want anybody smart in the military because then they could rise against him and beat him. Well, long term, that's not so good. So you've got like all these people who don't know what they're doing in high places in management, and
Mhm.
so you've got examples here with, Trump, who's an extension of Putin,
Yeah.
and Musk, who's, well, anyways, it's it's kind of difficult to deal with that because they have they've distanced the media. And I don't know how to describe that except
Who's
their
they? You
information.
mean the Trump base?
Well, not so much Trump base, but Musk, Trump's handlers, a whole bunch of
Mm,
people, and also in tech world, they really we get our information in such disparate, varied means now that there's no coherent theme of what
mhm.
is reality.
Right.
And in doing that, it's easy for them to skate because I think it was Hannah Arendt said the goal of a dictatorship in terms of information is not to get you to believe
Right.
lies so much as it is that you don't believe facts. I
Or
mean,
that you
you
just
just
don't know what, yeah, which is lies or facts. And so they've done that. They've been on that campaign for quite a while now, and it's successful with people that, um, you know, are not, don't have the ability to critically think. Let me just put it that way.
and in case anybody wants to do something about this, I would really heartily suggest you write a letter or email your members of Congress, or email or write to the White House and say we really think there's a state of emergency and we believe Trump should not be able to be sworn into office.
Right.
I mean, there are several reasons for that, not the least of which is he's conspired with a hostile foreign power, that's Russia. That means he's committed treason. Also, he uh, helped in the insurrection in 2021. And
Right.
so that disqualifies him under the 14th Amendment, Section 3. And, there are a whole bunch of reasons why that should be suspended. He shouldn't have been able to run in the first place.
Right.
So that's where we are on it. Cassie, it's been good having you on the show today.
Yeah. You too. Good seeing you. Thanks for having me.
Have a good one.
All right. Bye bye.